Hello, chat, and welcome to the state of getting played. I am your host, the Night Sky Prince, otherwise known as NSP. I hope you are all doing well today. We got Sop, we got the Stranger of Paradise. No, the state of play, brothers. The state of fucking play. I hope you are all excited, because that way it's more delicious whenever you get inevitably disappointed. I cannot wait to see how angry and dejected and upset and any other negative adjective that I could think of when nothing happens. You guys need to keep that in mind and remember, nothing ever happens. Nothing ever happens. Will Gun and Ball be there? Brother, only Gun and Ball will be there. Gun and Ball, maybe like non-combat indie game and like and like a VR, like maybe like 5 VR games. Brand new service slop that will be there, and then Wolverine, which is confirmed. That's cool. We do want that. But yeah, everything else will be a fucking disappointment. So are we finishing Piteos? No, not today. We are finishing Piteos on Friday. Today is a special stream. It's a event stream, right? So it's not part of your regular NSP programming. I see you're rocking your Lucky shirt. Yeah, this is when I briefly experimented with us having like merch. It's like, this has been washed like several times over the years, so the print has faded. And also I cut it into a tank. But I do want to get us like some cool merch eventually. But I have to talk to some of my artists in the community who and see who I can commission and how we can have that set up. So, but I'll go ahead and just lower the music here. Jacked, thank you so much. I appreciate that. That's actually like the highest compliment. Careful or you'll be nip slip, Prince. I mean, it's probably gonna slip out. I'll try to cover it, but I actually literally just got back from the gym. If I'm honest. So yeah, I'm like literally semi-sweaty. I didn't sweat that much this lift because I was just doing chest day, and so I'm sitting in AC just doing lifts. And I also have to shower after every stream anyways. I don't know if I mentioned this, but I just find like I feel like I need to shower after I stream because I get so sweaty from streaming. I know it's crazy. Well, it's not that crazy because I have like this hot ass light beaming down upon me, and it does get hot, which is why I have, and let me turn it on now, a separate AC unit just in my office, where the sole purpose of this AC unit is to cool me down. Hopefully you guys don't hear it too much. If you hear it too much, then I could turn it down or something like that. But you're not gonna shower before live streaming to us in a room by yourself. I know. You can smell it through the screen. But I assure you that my sweat smells like flowers anyway. I've never heard your AC. Okay, because whenever I go back and listen, sometimes I can like faintly hear it. But I feel like I can hear it because I know it's there. You know what I'm saying? In reality, though, like 90% of people probably don't even know it's there. And I'm probably fucking up like those people's perception by by being like pointing it out. And now everyone is going to be listening closely to it and being like, hey, actually, I do hear your AC. And I'm like, fuck. But it's okay. Because, let's see. I know. Let's just could do like go with something that I know is not copyrighted. Or not copyrighted, but like won't flare up YouTube's copyright system. And there you go. There's some faint music in the background so that if you do hear the AC, it'll be blended into that. But so anyone got any predictions? It's a 2-hour state of play or something, right? So probably some hardware thing. If PS6 happen, it'll be a laughing stock. I don't think PlayStation 6 will happen. Wait, is it really a 2-hour state of play? What the fuck? That's crazy. I Googled it, but the AI overview says 60 minutes, but lol AI overview, so who knows how correct that is. Or not. It's pulling from the PlayStation blog. Let me actually look. It says with more than 60 minutes of updates and announcements. So, over an hour long, but not a set amount for how long that hour actually is. I know on Twitter, I saw on Twitter 2 hours, but not the usual short one. Yeah, it seems like 90 minutes may be somewhat accurate because they say over 60, or no, the exact wording is more than 60 minutes of updates. So, it's probably somewhere between like 70 and 80. But not quite an hour and a half. But yeah, they say more than 60 minutes. Which I feel like if you got 90 minutes worth of content, you would just be like, yeah, we got 90 minutes worth of content. If it is 90, why not just say 90? Yeah, I feel like you would just say 90, right? Like, you know? $61 minutes? Yeah, I know. Yeah, I feel like it makes sense that it'd probably be in the 70-ish minute range, if that makes sense for you guys. I think. Who's ready for the FF9 remake reveal? I'm like 90% sure FF9 remake is canceled. I know some people were like saying like, oh, they never announced it, so it's not real. I pushed back on that 100%. I totally think it was real. I totally believe it was canceled. I think that there's way too much evidence to suggest that it was real, and way too many collaborations and things lined up, and way too many people have claimed to have seen it, and it's been in way too many legitimate database leaks. And yeah, I think it was real. And I think whenever Square went through and canceled all those projects, they called it. They were like, nope. Do you think it'll be revived for the 30th? Maybe. I imagine the next Final Fantasy in line to get a remake. And I'm not just saying this because I'm a fan of it, but I'm just saying, like, logically speaking, the next Final Fantasy in line to get a remake is probably 10, if that is to happen. I think that 6 HD 2D is also like a really strong possibility. So I would say either 6 HD 2D or Final Fantasy X are like the most likely thing to get a remake, other than 9. I don't think 8 remake is in the cards. I'm sorry, guys. I really do think that's like it for 8. I've never heard you speak on Chrono Trigger. Do you like it? I like Chrono Trigger. I think it's great. I guess there's just never really a reason to speak on Chrono much. Because nothing is really happening with Chrono as a series. For better or for worse. Now, I do think that... I do believe the rumors that... excuse me. I do believe the rumors that a Chrono remaster, something with Chrono is in the works. I do think that that's legit. But I think that just makes sense, right? Like, come on. Yeah. I just don't know to what extent they're doing something with Chrono Trigger. I'll be honest though, I will be slightly disappointed if it's HD 2D. Like, I do kind of want Chrono Trigger remake to be Dragon Quest 11, basically. I want it to look like a mainline Dragon Quest game, but I know it won't look like that. So, yeah. I think most people kind of want that. We're like, fuck, if we're doing Chrono remake, I want something in that mainline Dragon Quest like tier of fidelity. But I don't think that's what they'll do. I think they'll just do HD 2D. 6 HD 2D is one we know staff at Square Enix themselves have been playing around with as an idea that we know they would like to do if the opportunity arises. Even the Pixel remaster version used HD 2D for the opera scene. Yeah, I think that Final Fantasy VI HD 2D will eventually happen. So it's literally just a matter of, will they remake FF6 first, or will they remake FF10? The next FF remake, considering that 9 remake probably got canned, and I'm sure that they may revive 9 remake at some point, but for now it's canned. I think if they were to remake anything else, it would be 6 HD 2D or Final Fantasy X remake. But as we talked about before, I'm not... Final Fantasy X remake for me is whatever, bros. Like, I'm not gonna be a hater. I'm not. But I struggle to imagine it. I struggle to imagine me liking it that much. I'm just playing with my camera real quick. But I struggle to imagine me being head over heels with Final Fantasy X remake, just because I don't feel like they could get it right. Hard to improve upon perfection. It is, right? Well, okay, first of all, there's no way they would cast the same actors for FF10 remake, at least not the English dub, right? So you'd be dealing with new actors. That's already like a first layer. And it's not to say that no one else can play those characters, but it just means that, like, you know, with previous remakes like Final Fantasy VII, there wasn't like an OG PS1 Cloud. You know what I'm saying? There was Advent Children. There was Steve Burton and Advent Children, but there wasn't like a specific guy that conceptualized Tidus or any of the other characters for you. And so I do feel like that in itself will make it like somewhat jarring for me, right? Just inherently. You know what would make an FF10 remake S tier? Use the Trails in the Sky action combat in the turn base and have free movements and AoEs like Trails. No, I want it to be standard CTB. I'm sorry, I'm so purist about this. I like, and this is the only game I think I'm like this with, but I don't want it to use that system. I want it to just be normal CTB. like in the way that FF10 always is. I would be very purist about a Final Fantasy X remake in a way that I don't think I would be for any other FF. I do think that like if they change one thing about 10 too much for me, I will be a fucking hater. Roy Mustang, thank you for the super chat. P6 trailer today, hopefully. I think if we got a P6 trailer today, that would redeem anything else that happens or doesn't happen with the state of play. 100%. How would you feel about Trails movements, AoEs, and positionals for a new number title at the least? No, that's fine. That's fine. Like, I've already said, I think that using a system similar to Trails for a mainline Final Fantasy game, or at the very least the way they do the action, the turn-based thing, I think it's cool. I think that's a great, kind of thing for them to do. But for Final Fantasy X specifically, it has to be Final Fantasy X. Most of the changes that I would want to see in Final Fantasy X, other than like updated visuals, and even then I'm super particular about, would be in like mostly like the mini games in that game and the post game content, which is bullshit and kind of where the game kind of falls apart. So I think there is where I would like to see the most change. But other than that, if you change anything else like core to Final Fantasy X, I would fucking hate it. Why do you think they haven't used Kingdom Hearts' system in any other game? I know Versus was, but they've had so many chances to try it. I think it is utterly insane that the company that made Kingdom Hearts, specifically 2 Final Mix, is like, has anyone in it that would even remotely say things like, we didn't want to include elemental weaknesses. There's not really a good way to include it in this game. Or we couldn't include party members even if AI controlled, because it would take away from like the main character's actions and stylishness. And I'm just like, bro, you guys were literally the fucking pioneers for figuring this shit out. You made it. You made it. You made it. What are you fucking saying? You have the staff who created it, right? I don't know. It's ridiculous. Honestly, like, okay, even with Final Fantasy 15, and we kind of know like the real reasons now, but even with Final Fantasy 15, back when they were saying like, Tabata was saying like, oh, we can't make a game to the same satisfaction where you can play as 4 different characters, right? That was kind of the excuse that he gave at launch. And that's fucking wild. That's fucking wild when you consider that Tabata and his team made Type 0, a game with 14 playable characters and playable summons. And then that same team and that same director were like, yeah, we can't make a game with like multiple playable characters. That's too crazy. It wouldn't be satisfying. Like, what are you saying, bro? You literally just made it. Roy Mustang, thank you for another super, brother. I need a generational title from Atlas, my favorite game company, in P6. I'm beginning to lose interest in games. Sky Second Chapter Remake and Witcher 3 DLC are the only upcoming games I'm excited for. I think P6 will be a pretty good game. There's a lot of pressure, though, on P6 to be that generational game because Persona 5 was, right? And I know there's a lot of P5 haters for whatever reason, but P5 was that generational game, bros. It was, love it or hate it. That was like a lot of people's FF7 for them. and it was the thing that like, got them into JRPGs and introduced an entire new generation of people into playing, you know, JRPGs. So Persona 6 is expected to do it all again, and that is pretty fucking crazy. I would not personally want to have that pressure. Yeah. Yeah, and so Persona 6 is mostly being done by new people as well, right? Because the old P studio worked on Metaphor, right? And so Metaphor ReFantazio was Persona 5 too. In most ways. And so this is a brand new team, and I think the expectations for Persona 6 definitely should be in line with what's happening there. I kind of don't expect Persona 6 to be like a big revolutionary game. I'm scared that they will replace all the VAs in P4 Remake. There definitely are. Like, that game is so cozy and ingrained in my mind that if Nanako or Dojima sound off even slightly, it will hurt my soul. That's kind of how I feel about specifically FF10, right? And don't get me wrong, I've played FF10 in Japanese before, and I played it in English. But as corny as like a 2001 English dub can be, I fucking love it. I do. It's very endearing, and those actors really did kind of make those characters for me. I know they'll redo it. And I don't, like I said, I don't think that like nobody on earth can ever play those characters again. But I just think that like it's really hard because their performances will be compared, and if it deviates even slightly, it'll be Jover for me in terms of how I feel about it. Only you, Adachi, Yosuke, and Yukiko kept the same VAs throughout the whole yeah, that's also true, because Golden kind of replaced actors anyway, so that ship is kind of already sailed for Persona 4, depending on like which version of the game that you started with. So that being said, I think the only character for Golden that I feel like, or for Persona 4, that's gonna be like so weird for me, like no matter who they get, they're probably not going to be able to do it right. And that's Rise. Because I think Laura Bailey in particular has such an iconic voice that I feel like anything that is not Laura Bailey is not my Reset Kujikawa. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just not gonna be it for me. I think no matter what on Rise, unless they got someone who is a damn good voice match for her. Alexis Tipton. Yeah, I've seen people suggest her for Rise as well. So that would be good. She adds a layer of darkness to Reset. Yeah, there's and that was like probably my favorite character in P4, because I feel like she's just so funny. Like when we streamed P4, God, that was like 6 years ago now. But when we streamed P4 and I was playing through it for the first time, and because at first we were romancing Yukiko. And like the moment like Rise stepped out onto the scene, Yukiko got BTFO'd. I'm sorry, bros. We had to stay true to the path with Reset. Because of my crit roll brain, I can't imagine Laura Bailey as anyone other than Jester right now. I feel like modern dubs and localizations are so boring and flat. I prefer the dubs for stuff like FF10. I think they enhance the source material for me, like Yu Yu Hakusho as another example. Yeah. So here's the problem though. A lot of people now are like against that kind of dub, and so that kind of dub doesn't happen anymore. Right? Like actually truly like localizing it to English. Yeah, people are like, no, don't make it like actually, fit for the English language. Yeah, so I don't feel like that's gonna happen anymore. So like the types of dubs like Yu Yu Hakusho, I feel like that's over. Rise is gonna cause some hellish drama online with her P4R dungeon. Yeah, probably so. Yeah, Rise discourse, Naruto discourse, Kanji discourse. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. How likely are you gonna top / match Laura Bailey? She set a stupid high bar. Yeah, I'd go as far as to say she's probably like my favorite voice actress. Probably. I feel like her voice is like fucking music. You could just put it on and jam out, go to sleep, whatever you want to do, man. She just has a beautiful voice. So, even if I think you can see certain views within Kanji Naoto, people go too far with it and it drives me nuts. Well, yeah. Didn't they recast Laura Bailey for the Persona 5 dancing game? You mean Persona 4? But yes, and I think for the fighting game, actually, I think it was. But people also hated that too. I remember, like, I actually looked at some of the clips from it, and I was like, that is not reset. Laura Bailey is Kaine, right? Yeah. Yeah, she is. Yeah. So like I said, she plays like a lot of like really iconic heroines, I feel like. I just really like her voice, so. But yeah, other than that, what the fuck were we even talking? Oh yeah, Final Fantasy X remake. Yeah, eventually I think it actually will happen. But I'm not all that excited for FF10 remake when it does happen. But we'll see. And crazy enough, I'd probably be more interested in Final Fantasy X-3, right? Because I feel like X-3 can be its own thing. It doesn't have to be anything else that's not, you know, Ten. Crazy that Persona has a fighting game and Final Fantasy doesn't. It is crazy. You know, like the closest thing that we've had is Dissidia, which they refused to make any more Dissidias. So, yeah. Dissidia Duodecim? Yeah. But I don't know if people really count like arena fighters as like true fighting games. And genre-wise, they are slightly different, you know. Quite a great deal different depending on the POV in which you're looking at it in. The Dissidia disrespect from Square is wild. Yeah, so I think that a lot more people would have been open to Duellum had there been like a mainline Dissidia game to accompany it, right? So like with Opera Omnia, right? They launched it with Dissidia NT, which I think inherently made a lot of people a lot more open-minded to Opera Omnia by extension, because there was also a mainline Dissidia. It wasn't like they weren't making that too. Whereas I feel like Duellum, it received a lot of pushback on announcement because everyone was like, where the fuck is the mainline Dissidia, right? So people weren't even open-minded to the possibility of even trying Duellum, because it felt like this is what you're getting, this slop is what you're getting, instead of getting like a proper Dissidia game. And so, yeah, I just feel like if they had a proper Dissidia, then it wouldn't have been as met with such a harsh reaction. I enjoy Duellum too. I think the only problem with Duellum is like the free-to-play emphasis. So I feel like, you know, it's, I mean, not free-to-play, pay-to-win, the pay-to-win emphasis. So there are definitely times where you get on that game and people just have better builds than you, so you lose because they just got better luck, you know? And that fucking sucks. Duellum is fun, but locking abilities behind gachas is not cool, man. Brother, if that game was on like PC or something and it was purely funded by cosmetics and they made it like more like a proper Dissidia game, because as we heard, Nomura like wanted to make it like a real action game too, by the way. He wanted to make it like you can dodge and do all this other stuff, and then they were like, no, we want to make this very comfy for mobile play. And then, by the way, even more funny, once they added controller support, nobody I know played with controller anymore. I mean, played with the touchscreen anymore. Like, literally every single person plays with controller now. Which now makes using the touchscreen in that game entirely unviable. If you play that game with the touchscreen, you will get your ass fucking handed to you. Badly. So, yeah. I heard that low-key Nomura wanted to make it play like Duodecim again, which makes me insane because, like, Square, please. And this is the thing, that, like, all the things that we think of and we want, there are people in Square that want to do that too, right? But the problem is that they are usually cock-blocked by the management and the people wanting to dick ride the shareholders and what they think is going to cause growth and stuff like that. And so what happens is that they formulate games based on this idea of, oh, we're going to make, we need to be in this space and we need to use this IP in this way. And they make things that suck. Not NSP saying that as I'm grinding rank without a controller. You're grinding rank without a controller? Bro, why are you grinding rank without a controller? you are suboptimally playing. That's crazy. It's been too long since for FF10-3 to be a major success. Would Square ever consider taking mainline Final Fantasy games back to older worlds? Yeah, I think it's been too long too. I think the only way you could do 10-3 is if you first remade 10, or at the very least do a remixture of 10, and then you do 10-3. I feel like that's the only way. You know a genre I'm surprised that SC never jumped onto the trend with? Bullet Havens, aka Vampire Survivor likes. Square Enix could have easily shit one of those out, sell it super cheap, and make a ton of money. Hell, they even did Saga DLC for Vampire Survivor. Yes, no, not DQ or FF. Saga, if I recall correctly. It's because the Vampire Survivor devs love Saga. That's actually crazy. But yeah, I mean, it does kind of go back to what that one guy said about Dragon Quest, the guy who's part of Square Enix, where that Square is kind of obsessed with making clone games of other games, but they're not really innovating or making like new original stuff. So they're kind of just like Final Fantasy version of, Dragon Quest version of, and Kingdom Hearts doesn't get a version of anything. Kingdom Hearts gets a version of cancellation. Don't understand why they don't listen to Nomura when he has an idea. I don't know. I don't know either. But they'll extract as many character designs and utilize his brand as much as humanly possible, though. Like his idea for Duellum was much better. Yeah, it was. It definitely was. But it it's basically what people would have wanted. And a thing about Nomura too is that Nomura like plays a lot of online games. This is something that he's talked about before. But he plays, bro fucking loves online gaming. So I feel like he would actually like really know a lot more about what kind of game this should be and the platforms and the direction of it. But yeah. Subtext, hello my guy, how you doing? Appreciate you for joining us today. The times they listen to Nomura and we only get stuff like Stranger of Paradise, I know. But they don't listen to his good ideas. I generally feel like SC management isn't allowing the dev team to cook. It probably has been going on for a while now, but maybe over the past few years, yeah. I think that they what does he play? I actually don't know what he plays. But it's just been vaguely talked about that he plays online games a lot. But I don't know what he plays. I know he likes shooters. So maybe Apex or something. No, it's not like a Genshin or something that he plays. No, he plays like a lot of shooters. I just don't know like what shooters that he plays. But I assume it's like Apex. Who are we talking about? Nomura. But I don't know that for sure. I just know he likes online games and he likes shooters. Nomura plays Fortnite? Maybe. I wouldn't be surprised if the reason they had the Apex skins, like those extraordinarily ugly, but the Apex Legend skins is because he plays a fuck ton of that. And clearly he's playing the critically acclaimed MMORPG. He's actually not. He's like specifically said that he's not. Well, he didn't specifically say he doesn't play. He just specifically said that like he was playing a non-FF like game when he talked about that. But in either case, he plays online games, so has anyone tried Killer Inn? That's funny. No, but they are having Killer Inn is having a what do you call it? Collaboration with Nier. So that I mean, if you wanna do another Nier collaboration, you can. Issues with workflow and seniority, social hierarchies at Square Enix with too much pride and disconnect between departments and teams is something we know for a fact has been a constant issue at SC. Going back to FF12, hell, all we know about FF14 1.0, and probably part of why the restructuring was done. Yeah. I mean, the thing is that mismanagement at Square goes all the way back to even when FF7 was being made, right? Because, I mean, we know this from Yasumi Matsuno himself, right? And it's also why, you kind of theorize too, like Yasumi Matsuno leaving Square during the production of Final Fantasy 12. The officially stated reason was health issues, and I do wonder though that if the guy who made an entire commentary piece about the bad management at Square didn't really leave because of health issues, I think he left because he got fucking tired of dealing with Square management. I think that's what really happened. I think he was just like, I'm fucking done with this. And then I think that saying that he was sick was kind of like a respectful way of like saving face for himself and the company, you know? Kind of like the way they framed the whole situation with Tabata, right? Like, he has decided to depart in order to pursue his own company. Okay, yeah, but why? And why did he do that just a few months after you gave him his own studio and the freedom to do whatever, allegedly, to do whatever he wanted to do? Clearly. And then we also heard about how much they changed Forspoken from its original vision, which really tells me that Tabata was working on Forspoken. He had a certain vision in mind. Square Enix management came in and were like, no, fuck you. Yeah, we know what we said about giving you freedom, but actually we want you to make this thing instead. And then he was like, what the fuck? You're doing this again. Like, your verse is 13ing Forspoken. And which is what happened, by the way. Forspoken like literally has like its own Versus 13 more or less, which by the way is fucking insane that happened to that team twice. But yeah, isn't it wild that Matsuno left FC? Like, he was personally headhunted by Sakaguchi from what we know, and it sounded like the Gooch intended to hand FF over to him, really, and then Square Enix bullshit just destroyed the man. Yeah, I mean, that's honestly my read on it. Obviously, that comes with the asterisk of this is just me analyzing it and what I think happened, and may not be the objective truth of the matter, but like, I do feel like when you put the pieces together, it seems pretty obvious that, like, I do think that Matsuno was sick. He was sick of the bullshit. Like you guys said, and he left, and that's the reason. And I think that Tabata was probably also sick of the bullshit, and I think that like Nomura, like, I don't understand why he does it, to be honest. I literally don't. If I were him, I would have left probably a long time ago. I don't know about you guys, but I would follow him and his work. And I think if he because Nomura is like big enough of a name where if he wanted to Kojima the situation, right? Like, he could have gotten a check from Sony or Microsoft, or hell, probably even Nintendo, really, if he wanted to. And I mean, anyone, any company, and not even just first-party companies too. You know, I think third-party companies would have also wrote him, you know, a blank check to be like, yeah, we're gonna make whatever you want to make, but we're gonna sell it with your name on it. So, what do you want to make? Yeah, I'd follow Nomura Studio to the ends of the world. Yeah, I would too. Nintendo might absorb him into Monolith if he left. No, I wouldn't want him to work for Monolith. That's like Takahashi's thing. I want him to be like his own studio. Yeah, he has worked with Monolith before, but I wouldn't want him to just be part of another thing. I want him to be the thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Nomada Productions, right? Like I don't want like, you know, it'd be like Kojima working for like Capcom or something. I'd be like, eh. I would want him to like have his own team, free reign, completely funded. You know, I feel like if he could be his own thing, but could freelance for Monolith on occasion, that'd be nice. Yeah. Kojima and Nomada team up. They would make the most incomprehensible story ever, bro. They teamed up. That shit would not be understood by anybody. And it would have several like 50-hour long essay videos on YouTube. So it'd definitely be cinema. I feel like Nomada and Capcom is an amazing company for like what they do and how much they've accomplished, but I don't think that Nomada could make his work at Capcom, because I feel like the stuff that he wants to do vision-wise is just incompatible with Capcom's vision for like, you know, what they want to accomplish. So I don't think it's possible. At least from the way I see it, you know. Nomada just needs his own game engine at this point. I mean, he just used Unreal. Everyone would use Unreal. If you're not part of like a company like Capcom, you're using Unreal for the most part. Nomada's vision would only really fit his own since it's incompatible with Square Enix and has been since Versus 13. Yeah. Which is why I would say that like really he would need like he would need funding for like his own studio, right? So basically the Kojima route where Sony wrote him a blank check. It's kind of why people will say, you know, why Sakaguchi makes games for these really obscure platforms and then they fail, and it's just like, well, why did he do that? And it's like the reason Sakaguchi does that is because they write him a blank fucking check and they allow him to make the game, right? You can say, damn, Lost Odyssey would have been so much better if it was like on PS3 and PC. Yeah, it would have done a hell of a lot better. It probably would have sold like 2 or 3 million. The problem is though, is that you know, Microsoft funded the game and they wanted it exclusive to Xbox 360. Apple funded Fantasian and they wanted it to be a launch exclusive for Apple Arcade. And so, you know, when you write the check, you get to decide what platform it's going to be on. Hell, Nomada's vision seems to work better with Disney nowadays than it does Square Enix, yeah. Did that do better on console? I don't have exact numbers, but my understanding is that Fantasian did not exactly do well. Neo Dimension, that is. I don't think it really broke the charts, per se. Which is unfortunate. But, yeah, and I mean, the thing is that you can't really expect it to, right? It came a year, like 2 years, however long it was. It came a long time after the release of what do you call it? Fantasian, the original on iOS and Mac. Apple Arcade. And so the hype was gone, right? Fantasian original release on Apple Arcade had more hype than the console version, unfortunately. Um, so meeting expectations, as I've discussed before, is not something that they lie about. It actually does not serve them to lie and say the game did not meet expectations. In fact, if it were legal to do, the thing that you would actually say as a company would say that you'd say that every game that you ever released like did more than expectation. And the reason is because you want to signal to investors that you're growing. Whenever you say something didn't meet expectations, you're being honest because you have to be, because saying something didn't meet expectations is essentially signaling that you did not meet your growth targets, which is bad to investors, right? Like, you don't want to invest in a company that's releasing games and every single thing that they release doesn't meet expectations. Well, that's a bad investment, dude. Who wants to put money on that company? They fucking suck. So, no company lies about the expectations if they failed them in any capacity, because no one wants to admit that, because that's bad for them actually getting money. Whereas if there were no law and they could lie and say every game is doing like exactly what they want it to be, then they would do it, because then they could they could scam money out of you to invest in the company. When was the last time a Square Enix game met expectations? Near, probably. 7R1 seems to have done decently enough. At 7 million, Dragon Quest 11 did really good. But in terms of their like big AAA, KH3 did really good. Not much in the past 5 years has met expectations. I don't think. Well, let me rephrase that. Not much has met it on their AAA, but on their AA end, it's been pretty good. Dragon Quest HD 2D did really good. Most Team Asano stuff actually does really consistent performance. So, yeah. So it's kind of a meme to just say that Square, just says everything doesn't meet expectations, but them admitting that in itself is bad. So they don't want to do that. The HD 2D Dragon Quest games broke their expectations. They credited them with increasing their profits. Yeah. So really, it's just their big releases, their big flagships, their big AAA stuff has been lagging behind on that front. And whether they'll catch up or not, we'll see. AA is staring SE in the face right now, and they're still obsessed with my AAA. I mean, I wouldn't say that, because they release a plethora of AA games, like a plethora. Like they release more AA games than say like Capcom, for example, by a mile, right? However, I think the reality is that I don't think Square is actually that attached to AAA, honestly. But I think the problem is just that their AAA games are not doing well. Capcom's AAA games are doing well, and there's other companies that you can point to and say that their AAA games are doing well too. I think they should focus even more on AA, since it's clearly the thing that's working for them. I think that they should just put out AA games that are good and like can actually perform. Right? Because people do like their AAA. And people do want to see their AAA for them. And AAA, honestly, expands the business in a way that you need multiple AA games, like multiple AA games in order to do. And not every AA game is going to be as successful as, you know, Team Asano. And they have focused really hard on AA, so I'd have to disagree because, you know, Star Ocean, for example, the Valkyrie, plenty of AA games that they made, and then those also underperformed. So, you know, they do have to do AAA games, and they do have to make them good and sell well. I don't think that AAA is something that they can opt out of, or that anyone can currently like opt out of right now, because those big seller titles are the bread and butter of a lot of companies, right? I don't think that they need to quit. I think that they just need to do it fucking right. Right? You know? What is working for them is remakes and remasters, but that is probably that is not what I want for the talent SE. Maybe in the minority, but 16 is a good game, and it's a game no other company would ever make. I think Capcom I think Capcom might have made a game like that. But principally, I agree with everything else you said. You know, remakes and remasters are doing great business for them. And that's like the most profitable thing, right? But that's going to cause stagnation for them after a while. And so, yeah. I just think for the most part, SE can't do AAA without some major compromise. I don't think they can do it right anymore. That's fair. That's fair. But yeah, they just need to do AAA right, you know? And that's all it comes down to. I think that, does Capcom have RPGs? Probably, but none of their major flagships right now. Well, no. Dragon's Dogma. Yeah, Capcom does RPGs. Dragon's Dogma. So, is Dragon's Dogma 2 expansion DLC even happening anymore? Did that get canceled quietly? That's a good question. Oh yeah, Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter. Yeah, that's true. My mind went to Dragon's Dogma first, though. I think it's still happening, but what's happening is they're doing another Dark Arisen update to the game. Yeah, that's fair. I know the problem with SE AAA is the pressure. They need it to work and generate money, so they water it down and doesn't work. If they want to do AAA, trust the devs and let them do a passion project, whatever that may be. Right. But the thing is, though, too, it's really easy to say that. And I agree, but I also understand why it's not like that, because it's like, you know, we're asking for $200 million based on Trust Me, Bro. And that's a lot, right? You know, like, if you had to take like 50 grand out of your life savings right now or something like that, and you know, the investment was on Trust Me, Bro, would you want to do it? You kind of be like, ooh, I don't know. What evidence do you have that this will go over well? And then now you're thinking in the mind of the way those investors probably think. Oh my God, Daryl, Final Fantasy Union, I see you in YouTube chat. What's up, brother? How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. Thanks for joining us as we are 22 minutes away from being disappointed in ways that we haven't been disappointed in since the last time there was a state of play. I think remakes are mostly anti-creative, as you can just remake the game the same 10 times throughout the years. Remasters are great, but if that's all you can do, it means you struggle creating anything new, right? But business-wise, remakes and remasters for Square right now, amazing. Pump out more remakes, pump out more remasters, and you're doing fucking great. And that's all they do. The investors don't know fucking shit. Well, they know their money. And, you know, they want something safe. I would argue that Square is out of touch with its audience, which is skewing their projections and allowing everything to not meet expectations. The investors aren't the problem. The investors would still be the problem in that, like, framing even, because the investors still weigh in on what's getting made, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it has a big influence on what gets made and what doesn't. People will, you know, not continue to invest if they don't agree with the direction of where things are headed. And so this is why games get made for shareholders and not necessarily for you and me. And this is also why indie has been really taking off lately, because things have inflated to the point of where these big corporation games that are made for the purpose of investors and not for the purpose of us keep getting made, and people are tired of it. So they go with indie developers, or they go with smaller AA developers. But the big AAA studios, yeah. Ubisoft says hello, yeah. Prime example, you know? And so, you know, these things keep getting made. The slop keeps coming out because they think that that's the safest thing to make. It's a growing snowball. Things don't work. Investors say make it safer. It works even less, so on and so on. Yeah, right? So you take a risk, it doesn't work, and then they panic. And then they're like, oh, fuck, we need something safe. We need an easy win. And then people also paradoxically don't like it because it's safe. It's why I feel like I think you can't really make art at a publicly traded company, if I'm being honest. I think that sometimes art accidentally happens, despite being in a publicly traded company. But it is not fertilizer for the soil, man. Like, you know, sometimes a flower can grow in an unexpected place, but that doesn't mean that the place that it grew is a garden. You know what I'm saying? And that is what good, high-quality games are, that somehow bloom in a publicly traded company, despite that being the environment that should snuff it out and make it, like, you know, a slot product. So Wolverine, Bloodborne, and Kingdom Hearts in one show? Why not throw Persona 6 in there too, brother? Speaking of growth, nice arms, man. Keep up the high quality gains. Thank you. I appreciate it. I actually, like, literally just got done with my chest day before I got on stream here today. Things are actually going really good at the gym right now. I'm actually putting on more muscle and strength than I ever have, and it's because I'm on like a ultra consistent sleep schedule. And I sleep 7.5 to 8.5 hours every night. And that has actually had the biggest difference on my strength at the gym, and also a consistent bedtime. See, a lot of people, when it comes to like getting fit, they can do the gym part, surprisingly. And that's actually like the easiest part in a lot of ways. But the more challenging parts for people, I find, seem to be eating right and sleeping right. And a lot of people can't crack those two things, but they can do all of the gym stuff. Was your latest sponsor spots? All I could think of was, damn, he's built. Congrats on the gains. Oh, thanks, bro. I appreciate that a lot, Lucas. That means a lot to me. Eating is the hard part. It is. I was explaining to some people the other day that the way I approach desserts, and this made me sound like a fucking alien, but the way I approach if I should eat a dessert or not is that I look at the dessert and I evaluate if the dessert is a subjective 9 out of 10 or higher. And if that dessert is a 9 out of 10 or higher for me, then I feel like it's okay to have a moderate amount of dessert. But if that dessert is like an 8 or lower, I won't have it. And I explained this and everyone looked at me like I was a fucking weird. But it makes so much sense. Think about it. Think about it, right? Like, if a dessert is not like the GOAT, like the best dessert, why bother? It's just extra calories. It's not helping you. It's hurting your body, you know? So I only do it when I feel like, fuck, that is like the best dessert. I cannot help it, right? Like, why are you intaking calories, useless calories, for something that you think is a 7 out of 10? Like, I'm not gonna eat 7 out of 10 desserts. You know, that shit doesn't make any sense. Like, I don't fucking understand. Can we get a flex? Sure. I don't feel like my flex is that impressive, but here it is. Eating 500 calories for the love of the game, yeah. What's a 10 out of 10 dessert for you? I can't turn down cheesecake. Bro, actually for me it's cheesecake. That's so funny you said that. For me it is actually cheesecake. 100%. Isn't that how you were saying Gen Z thinks about buying games? Only the best top tier games? Yeah. That's how I think about desserts. Please come to Japan so I can take you to the gyms here. You're in Japan? That's awesome. I've always wanted to go to a gym in Japan. You are a weirdo, but you're right. You come a long way and you're healthy. Stay strong and keep your path. I appreciate that. It's the right one. I say this as a pharmacist. Why do you think Ozempic is doing billions? Eating right is hard. Oh, thanks, dude, so much. Yeah, you're right. You are right. You're right for sure. You know, because most people, they can't help it with like the smaller stuff. So, and that's not to shame anyone, to be clear. Because one of my favorite things to do, by the way, is that I used to load up maybe somewhere between 5 to 8 Oreos and dip them in whole milk, and then I'd wait till they were soft, and then I'd eat the Oreo, and I would eat like, yeah, I'd eat like 5 to 8 of them, and then I'd drink the whole milk, and that was like my daily my daily ritual. So I went through a pack of Oreos like maybe like 2 packs of double stuffed Oreos a week. And that was like what I used to do. And now, you know what I do now, chat? I eat a bunch of fucking broccoli. I eat a bunch of fucking broccoli and salad and all kinds of other stuff. That legit sounds like an autistic habit, speaking as someone who has autism. I took the, what is it called? RADS R. And I scored like a 100 on that. So the possibility of me being autistic is not negligible. Like at all. Because basically the way I scored, it was in the range where it was like should seriously consider getting evaluated for autism, like type score. I was like, oh shit. Well, bro aced the test. I know, I did. It was the only test I ever passed. Let's go ahead and get the scene ready for the state of play. I don't normally make 100 on tests, but that was the first time I passed. Oh man. But also too, like, I have ADHD, which you guys can observe just from having watched a stream with me. But people, ADHD and autism can oftentimes go hand in hand. So, oh yeah, actually we need to stop the background music so that we can begin the state of play. Oh, let me actually fix this. Cropping is off. Oh, I know why. It's because... Oh, there we go. Oh no, the cropping is still off. Oh wait, actually... Oh great, they changed the background to gray. That means I can just do this. Perfect. You think part 3 is now or Thursday? What's Thursday? Is that Summer Games Fest? When the fuck is Summer Games Fest again? I forget. Oh shit, Thursday. Um. Okay. Yeah, I forgot that that's this week. Holy shit. Yeah, I think it's today. I think it is today. Actually, let me keep that turned down until we start proper. Bro is so jacked. Thank you. I appreciate it. You guys should have seen what I looked like in high school. Or hell, go back to my older videos where my face is like... It's actually like really funny too, because I used to look... I think I looked older in my older videos than I do now, which is weird. I asked my Japanese teacher, I asked her, I was like, how old do you think I am? Because she revealed her age to me. And she said 22, and I'm like, she thought I was 22. I was like, yo, what the fuck? I was like, yo, I am a old ass 34-year-old man, but I really appreciate that. Thank you. And that made my day, obviously. But I'm like, yeah, no, I'm an old ass man. I just look young, I guess. Or I'm in good shape, I guess. Final prediction: Astrobot level, made by Kojima, where you explore all the 3D scans of celebrities' feet who worked on Death Stranding, ending you killing the baby thing Norman Reedus has in that tube. Hey, we don't hurt BB. All right. No shit, I turned 34 today. Nuclear Mozart, happy birthday, man. 34, get on my lawn at 37. We're both 91 babies. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah. NSP is 34, bruh. Yeah, I'm telling you. I'm old, chat. Not that 34 is old, but you know what I mean. I'm no longer young. I'm like medium young. You know what I'm saying? Glad you didn't go Maj. They tried to go Maj me. They tried. But then with the power of my stand. No, I'm just playing. Although someone did tell me the other day that I look like a stand user. So, um, I have a friend who's 33 and still gets ID checked. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, 30s is the best, not gonna lie. It is. If anything, because you just have the mental stability. I think I was a fucking moron in my 20s. And then I kind of just like figured it out as I got older. What's the secret to your curls? Oh man, it's a lot. It's a lot. You're a Joseph Joestar, if anything. Aw, thank you. That is like Joseph Joestar is like my guy, man. That's my favorite JoJo by far. I think he is just so he's what I want to be. A very muscular, beautiful man. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I want to be. Would you be more offended by looking like a Stan user or the Dragon Quest 12 pro tag? I don't think either are inherently bad. I think a Stan user is like a little bit more loaded though. You know? Because a Stan user could be anyone, right? But I feel like the Dragon Quest 12 like pro tag is very specific. That's one thing. That being said, and I might be biased here, maybe it is time for a broccoli head uh Final Fantasy protagonist. You know what I'm saying? Like we might actually be there. Like it might actually need to happen. Because I think about like the designs of shit like Advent Children or Squall or like Versus 13 and like Kingdom Hearts 2, things that like really endeared us to like Square Enix and known as brand and things like that. Like that stuff was like really tied to Visual K, and the way that translated in the West was to emo, right? So it felt like it really made sense to us growing up. And so maybe it is time for a broccoli head Final Fantasy protagonist that like is like no cap for real. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not being serious. Or am I? I don't know. It's just an idea. Next FF hero is gonna have a taper face. Real shit. Tidus's drip was peak new metal back when I was in high school. Yeah, yeah, and that's what I'm saying, right? Like dropping fucking Kadaj on like a generation of high schoolers was fucking crazy. Everyone was like, "Yo, I want to look like Kadaj." If they announce Part 3 Collector's Edition today, are you going to jump on it? No, no. I'm done with Square Enix Collector's Editions. I'm done. I feel like I get them, and then if I end up having complicated feelings on the game, then I hate the fact that I bought the Collector's Edition. But also, typically I get review copies provided, so I feel like there's never a need to spend the money anymore. But yeah, I'm surprised to hear someone actually brings up Visual K. Usually discussions of like Nomina's early 2000 designs, people just assume emo, and it's like, nah, not really. Japan had its own subcultures at the time. Good insight, basically. Yeah, thank you, Crossy. I do think that obviously emo and Visual K definitely influenced each other, right? Like if you go out and look at it, like a lot of emo bands and a lot of Visual K bands, like they fucked with each other pretty heavily. And so they are definitely distinct things, although they influenced each other. And I understand how people could say emo, but it's clear to me that it was really Visual K he was channeling. And yeah. But the thing is that emo stuff appeals to people who are into Visual K, and Visual K appeals to people who are into emo. Yeah, there's cross-pollination, exactly. And so, if you're an emo kid, you liked Visual K, and if you're a Visual K kid in Japan, you probably looked at My Chemical Romance and thought that shit was dope too. So, um, oh, we're starting with Wolverine. That's actually crazy. I thought this was going to end the show.
I'm Marcus Smith, creative director for Marvel's Wolverine. Today, we're excited to debut a new look at the game. To set the stage, Wolverine is in a race against time to rescue a group of kidnapped mutants before they're shipped off to parts unknown by cybernetically enhanced mercenaries known as the Reavers. However, Logan quickly discovers he isn't the only mutant attempting to save them. Let's take a look.
Damn, the hair details on the arm are crazy.
Redhead. Might be our only lead. Looks like she took off into the industrial park.
All right, let's search the area.
The visuals are fucking. But that's like the least surprising thing. But
No answer. Stay sharp. I don't like this.
yeah, I think the rumored God of War spinoff is going to be the thing that they close out with.
It's too quiet.
Bloody. Yeah, this looks great, man. This is exactly what you want to see from Sony AAA, you know?
Ship's casting off.
Not today, Bob.
The hell? Skullbuster! Up there! We need backup! Now!
Oh. Nice.
There you are, Red.
Jean? Is that you? Don't worry! You're not going anywhere.
Everyone shoot! You son of a bitch!
Damn, this shit is violent, bro. Jesus Christ. The destructibility of the environments is also really subtle and interesting, right? Like, he just chipped away a little bit at that concrete there. That's really impressive. Holy shit. Damn, bro.
Yeah! Let's go!
Shit. Yeah, that'll work.
Dude, this is peak Sony AAA, man.
Where are those mutants? He's a wild animal! Get out of my way!
All the interactions with the enemies look so dynamic, right? That I don't know like which parts are scripted and like what's not. In terms of like the actual combat interactions. It's crazy that this is actually more violent than God of War. Like, way more violent than God of War. Or at least the new God of Wars, I mean. Why are there people in the YouTube chat on this stream, not our stream, saying, "Where's Destiny 3?" Did I miss something? Like, it is being spammed like crazy.
I was hoping for the redhead.
This is in the same world as the Insomniac Spider-Man games? Oh, cool. So are they building their own gaming universe. Big push from the Destiny community since they EOS Destiny 2. Oh, okay. Shit, I didn't even know. Okay, because they are like screaming. I didn't even know Destiny 2 got EOS'd. So I guess I fell off the fucking map. Destiny 2 being closed from the active dev, they are trying to raise buzz. Oh shit. Do people even still play Destiny like that? Destiny 3 is something that Sony has not greenlit? Okay. Because they are blowing this shit up.
That new look at Marvel's
like,
Wolverine. This is a single-player action-adventure game featuring a focused,
story-driven
experience that will send Logan on a perilous journey across the globe, where
see what I mean?
Innocent mutant
Destiny 3, Destiny 3.
In this game, mutants live in hiding, fearful of those who would hunt them down, while most of the world doesn't even know they exist. As you saw, you'll encounter iconic Marvel characters like Jean Grey, Mystique, and Sabretooth.
Some folks can't wait to die.
We also showed you a glimpse of the brutal combat you'll experience in Marvel's Wolverine. It's fast, fluid, and visceral in the way that only Logan can deliver. Marvel's Wolverine is built to take full advantage of the PlayStation 5 consoles, and we cannot wait for you to get your hands on it when it launches September 15th, 2026. We're also happy to announce that
Destiny is not dead, it's just not getting active devs, so the player base is gone.
Check out PlayStation blog for more information. On behalf of everyone at Insomniac Games, thank you. We'll see you next time.
So I wanted the gameplay to be different, more violent than Spider-Man. I think it does that, but I would have liked to see the unique abilities Wolverine has. I think we saw basic attacks a little more.
I wanted to start by
That's
thanking
fair.
Marcus and the whole team at Insomniac for that extended look at Marvel's Wolverine. We've got a ton more to share with news and updates from both PlayStation Studios
Part 3 being
and
called
third-party
Retrace?
studios from around the
I haven't
globe.
heard anything about
Let's
that.
get right to it with the latest from our friends at Arc System Works, XDev, and Marvel Games.
Oh, I know Blitz is going crazy right now. He's been hella waiting on this one.
Prepare to face the supreme master of the pugilistic art, the Duke of Get Your Dukes Up, Mr. Champion!
Actions are worth more than any word.
And the greatest action is to fight.
You have defeated so many. You've defeated whole worlds. But you've never fought Doom. Let me show you why you should kneel.
Think you're a genius, Doom?
Your works are mere trinkets. My genius.
I really like the art style of this game, actually.
And now my turn. You
Yeah,
made
it's
promises,
Marvel
Doom,
with
and
like
those
an anime
promises
twist on
shall
it,
be
and I think it looks cool.
This violence will solve nothing, Eric.
My dearest Aurora, mutant kind shall rise, and I will be the one to lead the way!
Showtime! You look a little angry, Bug. Still holding a grudge. Trixie, huh?
Time to stop laughing, Gobby.
That all you got? Bump the way! What? I'm gonna kill Spider-Man, not you! You want to fight? Carnage will give you one to the death!
Moment has come. Attack!
No mercy.
Let me do it! I'll slice you up! Don't be greedy! He's mine!
Knights of Doom, destroy them! Feel my wrath!
The end is near.
Yeah, Tokon's gonna be really huge. I can see it taking
I
off.
see much from my perch atop the tree of tranquility.
I think when you look at
Yet,
how well
there are
Marvel
some outcomes
video
that
game
are
stuff is doing,
uncertain,
actually it's kind of
even to
crazy. We
me.
just got hit with 2 Marvel things back to back. I can already see people saying that this is good. Rayman?
Dragons! Let's roll!
What? Yo!
Your heroics will no doubt be the stuff of tales twice told throughout the Glade of Dreams.
Come feed my ox!
Calming biscuits? But... Oh!
Gaming is back! Let's go! Damn, this looks
Follow
good,
me,
bro.
brave heroes. The Glade of Dreams is in grave danger.
It's time I made my mark.
It's 4 against 1! You don't stand a chance! Maybe he stands a little bit of a chance.
Globots to the rescue!
I am as fast as a falcon! Kick size!
For the Glade, then!
Holy shit, Chad.
You think this ends here?
Cool! I'm here!
Are you ready for our game, Rayman?
Rayman Legends Retold. Let's fucking do it, man. This sounds like copyrighted music, so we'll we will mute. I'm gonna have to like remove half of these tracks anyway, like I always do, because yeah. But also, yo, like what the fuck? Is this a like about yo, what? Yo, what? They got like hip hop music playing right now and Japan happening and like yo, what the fuck? They got a game about a black guy making sushi? That's that's crazy, dog. Dave the Diver prequel? I'm not even joking. Wait, really? Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. That sounds like copyrighted music. Okay. Wait, what? What is this? What is this? This actually looks tight as hell. Huh. Interesting. I'm not really sure how this works or like what this is supposed to be. Oh yeah, okay, so it is multiplayer. Because I was wondering, I was like, this looks like it's a multiplayer. What the? Okay, let me mute again, because, oh, it's over. Or not. I'm definitely gonna have to remove the music post VOD for this. But, visuals are incredible.
うっかり死んだりしちゃわないよう気をつけるんだぜ。
Hi everyone! お久しぶりです。
Hey!
久美です。
She's back!
Did you miss me? I missed
Yes.
you! と言っても多分私のことを知らないし忘れてる人もいるかもしれないんですけど、そうだな、見てね、お姉さんです。今日皆さんにお届けしたのは妖怪ハンターアクションゲーム煙です。舞台は煙シティ。この世とあの世が混ざってるカオスな街をアジアをベースにいろんなカルチャーが入り混じってます。煙あるところに妖怪ありという言葉がありまして、それを妖怪ハンターが見つけ出します。そこで使うのが妖怪ハンターだけが使えるフォックスウィンドウ、狐の窓です。この窓を介してパラノーマル現象や妖怪を見つけ出して、で可視化してそこに妖怪をハントする。しかし妖怪をただただ集めるわけではありません。私たちのゲームでは妖怪と契約をしなければなりません。頂上をまとい未知を狩る、あなた自身に憑依してもらいます。そして憑依した妖怪のパワーを使って憑依アパレルというかっこいいアパレルをまとってスーパーパワーでもっと強い妖怪に挑んでこの世界の謎に近づいていく。ハンターは種類が3つありまして、1つは刀ハンターになります。もう1つは弓ハンター、次はシャーマン。そこで皆さんお気づきの通りマルチプレイあります。仲間と一緒に暴れて死にかけて妖怪ハンターとして一緒にこの煙シティで煙って遊んでいただければ嬉しいです。私たちはカオスをお届けして笑いをお届けしたいと思って煙を作ってます。あの世に最も近い都市煙シティへようこそと言いたいところですが、煙はまだまだ開発中です。情報いっぱい落としていきますので、もうとにかく煙の世界をこれから楽しんでください。レッツ煙、煙っていこう。シュッシュシュシュッシュシュ
She's so cute.
カカカカカカ。
Been halfway across the continent looking for you. Hard woman to track down.
Well, you found me.
Ms. Croft, I hear when it comes to retrieval, you're the one to hire. This isn't about glory or money or making the world a better place. This is a puzzle, buried in centuries of silence. You don't strike me as someone who walks past a locked door without wondering what's behind it. There's a reason I can only trust you with this.
Yeah, I like the look of Laura in this.
Gotta say, I captured your good side.
You're assuming I've got a bad side.
Yeah, they've done a lot of remakes, Tomb Raider remakes. But yeah, she looks really great there.
So, what was your
And
favorite from
Inferno.
today?
I liked the Anisol.
What did you like about it?
He's big and loud.
Oh, I think my favorite is the Diplodocus.
What the fuck is this?
You need to keep moving.
Dino Crisis?
You have no other choice.
No.
There's always a choice.
Is this Jurassic Park? No, The Lost Wild. It's a new IP. Okay. Anytime there's dinosaurs, people are like Dino Crisis or Turok or Jurassic Park. So like a new IP is just like, yo, there are new IPs with dinosaurs. Oh, this is Phantom Blade. Oh shit, is that coming in 2 months? Holy fuck. I have been greatly anticipating this one. Gameplay and story deep dive? Oh,
Back
yes.
in early 2023, S-Game first showed us Phantom Blade Zero in passing at a hotel. And we knew immediately that this game had incredible potential. Look forward to more details in a gameplay and story deep dive coming later this summer.
Damn, it's getting its own state of play. That's crazy.
Next, let's head over to the sandworm-infested sands of Arrakis in Dune Awakening.
Is this the Dune
open world
MMO?
survival RPG,
Yeah.
you can fully immerse yourself in the world of Dune. Unravel a cinematic story
wait, it's
filled
not
with
an MMO.
mystery and intrigue, featuring many of the characters from the books and movies.
Find the Fremen. Wake.
I thought it was supposed to be an MMO.
Alone or with friends, you will explore the vast open world of Arrakis.
Oh.
And learn to survive and thrive
Okay.
by
So
unlocking
it's like local
the secrets
multiplayer.
of the Fremen. Along the way, you'll discover new technologies, craft gadgets and weaponry, and build a base of operations that will grow and expand as you progress towards power and fortune. Pursue the path of the Bene Gesserit, Swordmaster, Trooper, or Mentat, and master anything from mind control to brutal hand-to-hand combat. In Dune Awakening, you can choose to play with your friends or alone in a brand new single-player mode arriving with the PlayStation release. Dune Awakening arrives on PS5 on September 22nd. Pre-orders start today. The fan-favorite PS2 classic Dynasty Warriors 3 is getting remastered for PS5.
Yo! That's crazy.
Dynasty Warriors 3 Complete Edition Remastered is a modern revival of the 2001 game that established the foundation of the series. Players can become one of over 40 officers and experience intense 1 versus 1,000 skirmishes across vast battlefields. And joining the battle is Zolan, the protagonist from Dynasty Warriors Origins.
It ends here.
Y'all won't believe this, but this is like the first PS2 game I ever saw or played. I'm pretty sure it was Dynasty Warriors 3. It was on my cousin's
Dynasty
PS2.
Warriors 3 Complete
And
Edition
I only had a
Remastered
GameCube at the
launches
time,
later this
and I was
year.
like, Mom,
Pre-orders start today.
we gotta get a PlayStation 2. This shit is fucking crazy.
From the award-winning studio behind the Ori
So,
series
yeah,
comes a
there's
bold
some
new
NSP
vision
lore
for
for you.
action RPGs. No Rest for the Wicked is a brutal Souls-like built around skill, consequence, and precision combat. Step into a living, hand-painted world you can explore alone or share with friends in your own persistent realm. A world that evolves even when you're offline. The highly anticipated full 1.0 release expands everything. A massive world, a deep class and progression system, and hundreds of hours of content, including endgame, all with full crossplay and cross-save. No Rest for the Wicked launches on PS5 this October and is available to wishlist now. Up next, let's check in with Capcom for an update on Onimusha: Way of the Sword.
Yo, this is a good state of play, chap.
You do well to follow his example. I thought you'd see the appeal, Musashi.
In my opinion, this is a pretty damn good state of play so far. I can't wait to see why people say this state of play is like the worst one ever.
Musashi, I sense Genma. Prepare yourself. No ordinary Genma can move like that. I doubt this area was designed to welcome visitors. The castle's owner must be terribly cautious.
I am Suten Tochi, Miyamoto Musashi, the fool who seeks strength yet rejects the power of the Oni. You shame yourself, child. Witness my might!
If you live by the sword, fighting is everything. So you've lost. Will you swap the sword for a trowel?
Like hell I will.
No? What then? Are you going to start taking human souls?
If human souls are what it takes.
Musashi, if that's the path he walks, I will follow. I've chosen to trust Musashi's judgment in all matters.
Ori departed. Give me every ounce of power that you have. In return.
Then get going, Onimusha.
Fucking banger incoming. Another Capcom W waiting to happen. Dude, I feel like Q3 of this year is so packed.
We can't wait to get our hands on Onimusha: Way of the Sword this September. But you won't have to wait long to try it yourself. Here's one more update from the Onimusha team.
Like here, like now? Like right now? Please fucking be on PC. I don't want to use my PlayStation for this shit. I don't want to play Capcom games on PlayStation. Available today. Let's fucking go. Okay, so after we finish Piteos on Friday, I know what else we're playing. 3-month in advance demo. Cool. Dude, that shows crazy confidence. Crazy confidence. Oh yeah, is this the new control? Oh, it's Silent Hill. Oh, this is Townfall.
Hey! Who's there?
Simon. Are you there? Please say something. Where did you go, Simon?
Something doesn't feel right.
Oh, that's right. Fuck. Because we have SGF too. I don't know, actually. Oh wait, because is the
Zoe?
Presentation on Thursday?
I'm sorry,
Oh.
Zoe?
Because for some reason I thought SGF was next week. So our stream schedule may be a little weird. Now the presentation is Friday? Okay. Never mind then. We might have to be Piteos Monday. Drum John, thank you so much for the Prime sub, brother. Appreciate you being with us 8 months.
I'm so sorry.
So I'm pretty excited for this one. As you guys know, I really love like Silent Hill F, and Townfall seems pretty interesting.
The target is the front gate of the capital of our homeland, the
First-person
Federation of Central
perspective.
Asia. We will storm from the
gonna be
sea
cool.
and take the capital back from our enemy.
So you're the next one? The one whose rear we'll have to cover?
The people left behind back on the continent need something to hold on to. Some sort of symbol that inspires hope.
We will be in visual range of the land battleship soon. That's giant!
Enemy artillery intensifying. Damn it. Where's Wings when you actually need him? All units return to base.
Where are you going?
Dang, we got a lot of Ace Combat fans in chat. I never played one.
That's where the Wings of Thief comes in.
Townfall has me more
Legendary
interested in F.
savior.
I loved F personally.
DD wants the legendary savior to get as much publicity as possible. The more exposure, the better.
Cannon firing.
Oh no. That's definitely got to be copyrighted. Townfall has the same font as F, which is cool. Yeah. I wonder if there's like a meaning behind that. This music is not copyrighted? Okay, cool, bet.
Just as planned.
Let's
We
go.
entered the base and Wings
It's
took
gotta
it.
be OST music? Okay.
Would you please? Green flight! Defensive maneuver!
We've got a leak.
Is it time to run, Ray?
Hang on. Joker 1, down's an enemy.
You never ran
They're
away.
baiting the copyright strike.
Come on, Ray!
Let's go, Rex.
Isn't it weird that Nier only exists because of Ace Combat? Like, Tracking Guard was originally being designed as a fantasy take on Ace Combat flying sim stuff? That's crazy. I did not know. Ace Combat, I'm not familiar with your game.
皆さんこんにちは。エースコマットシリーズブランドディレクターの河野です。お待たせいたしました。エースコンバット8 Wings of Steel の発売日は2026年10月2日。アーリーアクセスは9月29日になります。今回の映像では皆さんがエースコンバット8で直面する出来事を一つ一つのカットに意味を持たせて約2分にギュッと詰め込んでいます。自由自在に空を飛びドッグファイトの興奮を味わいながらドラマティックな英雄体験ができる。他にはないエースコンバットだけの空はもうすぐそこに広がっています。加えてもう一つお伝えしたいことがあります。こちらの映像をご覧ください。
Did you know there are 3 kinds of aces?
今回エースコンバット8 Wings of Steel にはダウンロード版はプレイオーダー特典としてパッケージ版には早期購入特典としてエースコンバット0ザ・ベルカンウォーの移植版がつくことになりました。ぜひ8と世界を同じくするストレンジリアルの世界をもっと深く楽しんでください。お知らせした通り発売まではあと少しです。出撃の準備を整えてお待ちください。ありがとうございました。
Dang, bro, we went from planes to cars to trains. The lack of KH4 set FF7 is going to make me join a Psych Ward. I mean, if you expect a KH4, that's crazy. Wait.
And cut. Great take. Think we got it.
Yep, roll playback.
Stuntman Hollywood? Dang. Everyone in chat was like Knight Rider and then something else entirely.
There's a wounded man. Nasty injuries. It's like a beast tore him apart.
A beast? Out here? Are you drunk or something? Do him up and show him out. But he's still weak, so be careful.
What's going on?
Team Clout.
Save your ammo.
Die,
bastard. And you're tough. Surprisingly lively for someone who just came out of a coma.
If you want to survive, you gotta hustle.
Leon, is that you? That was so corny.
You fell from the moon.
I will help you, but you must not go there.
I'll take my chances. Turns out I'm a lucky man.
Leon?
You'll find nothing there. But death.
Yeah, it even sounds like Leon. Like, what the fuck? Like, it sounds like someone doing like a Leon impression.
Keep quiet in there.
Something is coming.
Yeah, no, this
I
is
have to
Control.
go.
Yeah.
It felt like an earthquake. But it was just a paperclip falling off a desk. The tiniest tremor
Village.
before the main event.
Jesse.
40 minutes in already.
I
It's
know
okay,
what
bros.
they put you through.
FF7 is coming.
You never had a chance.
Maybe. If not today, definitely at Summer Games Fest.
2 days before the lockdown fell, an uncategorized resonance appeared in Manhattan. As things stand right now, Dylan, you're our only shot at survival.
I still think Friday to emphasize Square Enix's multi-platform push. That's fair.
You are not FBC. You're not even fucking human.
The FBC locked me
What
in that
time
cell
is
for
State of
years
Games?
and forgot about
State of
me.
Games Fest. Summer Games
To
Fest.
his, it was a way out.
People can change. The past doesn't matter.
Oh, It's at the same time.
Who are you today?
We're gonna have a lot of fun together.
Darkness. For those without eyes
Oh,
to see.
maybe.
The canvas.
Oh, this is marathon. Yeah.
Secrets.
Yeah, that's why I was like looking at the chat. I was like, I bet they are fucking like. Yeah, they are going crazy right now, bros. Someone said wrong game.
Do you crave endless life?
The dangerous and cutthroat world of Marathon expands today with its second season, Nightfall. And if you haven't checked out Marathon yet, Bungie announced an open trial period for the launch of Season 2. You'll also be able to pick up Marathon at a discount. Now, let's take a look at what's coming soon to PlayStation Plus. Up first, a beloved fantasy world is finally coming to PlayStation for the first time. RuneScape Dragon Wilds is an open-world survival game where you rise from survivor to dragon slayer. Play solo or with friends as you explore Ashenfall, a beautiful, dangerous new frontier in the RuneScape universe, where power is earned and every action deepens your mastery. With magic at your command, cross deadly terrain, mass forage in seconds, uncover hidden paths, and outmatch brutal monsters. Craft stronger gear, master magic, melee, and ranged combat, and push deeper into uncharted regions of Gielinor. Build a home together, farm the land, and fish the waters. Make it yours. RuneScape Dragon Wilds arrives day one on PlayStation Plus later this year. Next up, here's a preview of games coming to the Classics catalog over the next few months. In June, battle colorful enemies with musical instruments in Guitaru Man, one of the most stylish rhythm games from the PS2 era. In July, PsyOps: The Mindgate Conspiracy joins the Classics catalog. This PS2 action-adventure mixes run-and-gun gameplay with psychic powers. And finally, Onimusha: Dawn of Dreams, a Capcom classic from 2006, launches later this year in August.
That's good that they're bringing all the Onimusha games. So you can go back and play them. before the new one comes out.
Akashima Island, haunted by dark stories. Our goal, confront the evil, corrupting paradise. This is Dead True International.
Thanks.
Uncharted, yeah. For a second, I kind
Let's
of
get a photo together.
got the same vibe too.
Over! Rotated on that one.
A for effort, dude.
Who's the buff idiot?
Does no one know this guy?
This is how villains are made.
Oh, you two haven't met yet, right?
Sebastian, I'll be looking out for you.
Roland, whenever you're ready.
This
Graphics
facility
are kind
has
of
been
crazy
shut
on this.
down for decades.
Also, a lot of
untold
celebrity faces, I think.
Now.
This is how villains are made.
Did you hear that?
Nate, are you out there? We gotta go.
Yeah, definitely copyright music, so we'll mute that. But seems like a good game. Oh, Until Dawn too. Everyone can live, everyone can die. Oh shit. 2027, yeah.
Hi, I'm Stu Tilley, Creative Director at Firesprite Games, and I hope you enjoyed the first look at our brand new installment of Until Dawn. In Until Dawn 2, a successful crew of ghost hunters who fake all their best content come face to face with real horrors for the very first time.
Whenever you're ready.
Having just signed a deal with a major TV network, they visit an abandoned tropical island. But beneath that beautiful surface lies dreadful, heartbreaking secrets, centuries old and hungry for vengeance. We're looking forward to sharing more details about this very soon, ahead of release in 2027. Thank you.
Now we have one more game to show, and it is something special. This is a brand new title
Kingdom
debuting
Hearts
with
4.
more than 20 minutes of uninterrupted gameplay. So turn up the volume, sit back, and enjoy.
God of War. Yep. God of War. God of War. Yep. Yep. God of War. Girl of War, probably. Based on the rumors.
Find your way home. You are free.
This is gonna make so many people mad. Yeah, there's gonna be an Asmongold video about this. For sure. 100%. Several Asmongold videos about this.
Kratos! Atreus! Where am I?
I wonder if this is going to be like a full $70 game, or if this is going to be like a Miles Morales style, like Midquel, right? Like a $40-$50 like game that won't be like a full price thing, or is this like a full God of War?
It happened. They're starting on the path. It's just... I didn't get to say goodbye.
So this happens after she died, which is also interesting. The visuals also are definitely improved since Ragnarok, and that's because they're no longer supporting PlayStation 4. Like, so this is the afterlife? It seems like it. I don't know mythology well enough to make a guess on what's necessarily happening here. Oh, okay. The rumors were saying that this was more of like a hack and slash game, like old God of War. But no, this looks... Oh, I mean, maybe. But it looks like actually like a blend maybe of like
Shouldn't have been that difficult.
Neo God of War and maybe like the older games. This is pretty cool though. Yeah. It's definitely got a sick launcher. Yeah, it's in between the old and current. Yeah. Which may give us like a little bit of hint of what's coming for God of War 6.
Now, how about a way out?
Yeah, as you guys know, I fucking love God of War, so I'm pretty excited for this one, and I just think that the visuals are... I mean, this game is
I'll find my own way from here.
fucking insane looking, man.
That mask. No, it can't be. It's not possible. If there's another mask, their path isn't safe.
Yeah, this is a massive visual step up from Ragnarok. I am the visuals? Thank you. I just realized this won't be coming to PC. I know, so we'll never see it at like full fidelity, but it looks pretty damn good on PS5 Pro for sure. Loki's mask, by the way. Oh.
Did she come from the Eagle Oslo? Not the gates. The gateway is closed.
That creature. Hey, hey! Kid! Let him go!
The graphics are so insane. I don't even know what the fuck I'm looking at. But this is crazy. These are interactive movies, not games. That's a crazy thing to say on a Final Fantasy channel. This like stream, you know? Because that's like the original movie game is FF7. Wait. Yeah. This does not look Norse to me, brothers.
Another mask. This is important to you.
Oh, that's definitely Egyptian.
I wonder.
Look at the head.
Do you think this could set you free?
Oh shit, so we know where God of War 6 is headed, bro.
You touch me again, and I swear.
Wait, this is two different mythologies, right? His armor looks maybe Chinese to me.
I can show you.
And the green one was definitely Egyptian. I feel like.
You can't keep me here.
The gateway is closed. There is no escape.
Or maybe Japanese. Actually, I don't know. And then Chinese definitely. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought at first. Yeah.
Will only make this more pink.
Sekhmet.
No, Betsy. I will handle that problem. You deal with our new pet.
Final Fantasy IV? You say Sekhmet? Yeah. I'm pretty sure. So I can't wait to see the Reddit thread breaking down all the mythologies that were
they're gone.
Used in this.
Be careful. Fresh air. Oh, you're different.
You're a cube. Talking. You know what? It doesn't matter. How do we get out of here?
Yeah, we've tried. There's no way out.
And you're a talking sword.
I'm not the sword. I'm the ribbons, obviously. And my name is Rue. The cube is Frank.
I'm Faye. There has to be a way out of here.
A way out? But you're not even all here.
Of course I'm not here.
You're not even.
You have to be dead to come through the gateway.
It's like you're holding something back.
This isn't working. Where are we anyway?
Afterlife of the gods? I call it the everyone.
Afterlife of the gods. Great.
Oh shit! Afterlife of the gods.
What's the plan, boss?
That could be very fucking interesting.
That cask. That's why you're trapped.
Yeah. Wait, you made that big explosion happen,
Yeah,
right?
Athena definitely
Could you
coming
do that
back.
again?
My magic, it's wrong here. I feel wrong here.
You want out, right?
I think we all want that.
We definitely do.
Faye, you need to accept it. All of it. You're dead.
How? How do I accept that?
Simple. Focus. You're here. Be here.
But what if I need to be somewhere else?
Then focus on what you do need.
Find your way home.
Hey, that's
Is that
it.
Jack Quaid, the voice? Maybe.
What were you thinking of?
It's kind of sound like him.
A promise.
Okay, we'll take it. Now let's get out of here.
Yo, it really does sound like him.
Get ready.
Yo, this Final Fantasy sounding ass music.
Bad idea.
Kratos. Kratos.
Rue? I think you should give her the sword.
How do I know I can trust her?
I'll give it back. I promise.
Okay. Take it.
Nice.
Lady, you need to get out of here.
Not until I get you out.
I don't need help.
Here we go, coming up behind.
Nice. Shit, man. This looks great.
Got an idea on opening that cage.
Hey, kid! Get ready!
Come on.
No! I got a promise to keep.
Fine, but lady, that sword, it's more than you think it is.
Okay, well that's fairly obvious. Whoever said the sword is the villain, I'm pretty sure you're on to something.
I already told you! I will kill you.
Don't make promises you can't keep, Gotham.
IDK, why they have a female protagonist for God of War? Should stick to Kratos. This is a spin-off game, brother. It's not a mainline title.
Try again!
Faye, focus!
Prayer! I will wrench you thread by thread! You don't know what you wield.
What is it?
The gameplay is looking really exceptional, though. I would rate this state of play a 9 out of 10, personally.
You're scared of this sword. Why?
I fear nothing!
Yeah, I feel like the cube is lame, and I'm not really that into it either. I feel like some of the dialogue is going to be kind of weak for a God of War game, which I think there's already showing signs of. But the gameplay itself looks pretty exceptional.
Just give up!
I don't give up!
God of War. Laffy? Laffy? No date. It's coming to PS5. Laffy is a Norse name? Okay. Like I said, I don't know shit about mythology, so I'm gonna have to research all this shit before I talk about it. On the next... Because I might make a video on this game. Because you guys know how much I love God of War. It don't do views for me. But I'm gonna just talk about it anyway, because I like God of War. But yeah, overall, I'd give the State of Play a 9 out of 10, honestly. I think that like all the big cool Sony first party stuff showed up. A lot of updates on important third party games. Everything else that you guys are looking for that's third party will probably be at Summer Games Fest. Oh, Laffy is the mother of Loki. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Interesting. Like I said, I have to do a lot of looking into the mythology stuff because while I love God of War, I don't know jack shit about mythology. However, I have literally a professional as a close friend, that being Schrodinger's baby seal. And he has like a PhD in like mythology, so I'm going to have him explain all this shit to me so that I can then theory craft about what even happened. Did you beat God of War and Ragnarok? Of course I did. What the fuck? I made a whole video on Valhalla that literally nobody watched. Do you know who Loki is in the game? Of course I fucking know who Loki is. It's Atreus. What do you mean surprise? Anyways. Roy Mustang. No Persona 6, damn it, bro. Persona 6 is not coming. So even though they appear to be Chinese gods and Egyptian gods, it is still tying it into Norse mythology too. That makes sense. I really hope they don't revive Faye. I feel like they're going to. I feel like they're going to. I feel like this is what it's setting up for her to come back in God of War 6. Am I wrong? Because that's what it feels like, right? NSP's God of War Valhalla video essay was amazing, gave me chills, and is one of my favorite YouTube videos I've ever seen. Really? That means a lot. Everyone who watched that had like high praise for it, but it got like 3,000 views, which for like one of my videos is like crazy. Crazy bad. But that was like one of my favorite videos too to make. Roy, thank you for another super. Do you think those P6 leaks were fake? No, I just think P6 is like a long ways away still. I think they still have to do whatever the fuck. I just think it's elusive like Kingdom Hearts 4. It's a game where I just don't anticipate it ever, and when it is happening, yeah. Why does Square Enix always try to duck presentations? I think that they'll have something at Summer Games Fest for 7R3, for sure. Is this the Final Fantasy 16 of God of War? I hope not. Persona stuff is always likely going to be in its own Persona related event. Yeah, I can see that. I think with P6 randomly leaking so aggressively recently, I think time is nigh. These events always piss me off because I'm forced to see the most brain dead text by gamers. I think this was a solid state of play, but did I personally like all the games? No. But I'm not emotionally underdeveloped child, so I can separate my personal taste from something that was an objectively decent showcase. Yeah. Most gamers can't, though. Most gamers are very much of the mind where it's like, you did not show the specific thing that I personally was looking forward to, and therefore, bad showcase. I don't really personally evaluate showcases in that light. I evaluate them based on how strong the IPs and the potential of the games that they've shown. I consider how many different types of fans that they cover, different types of gamers. And I think this here showed a very strong showcase for the core Sony gamer. I do think 20 minutes of God of War mucked up the otherwise perfect pacing of that state of play until God of War. It was snappy and efficient. Yeah, I agree. And I say that as a God of War fan. As Final Fantasy fans, how can we not be used to seeing the thing we want? NSP, do we have to address this at the end of every showcase? We do. It's so funny though, because I feel like Square Enix fans are like so shitty with this stuff. Because Square Enix fans will be like, it could be like the worst showcase ever, but if Final Fantasy or Kingdom Hearts thing shows up, they were like, oh my god, it was the best. It was a 10 out of 10. It was legendary. And it's just like, dang, bro, nothing else mattered. So, I mean, I guarantee you, like, if you swap that out with like Square Enix thing, people like they'd all be like, "Oh, I thought it was great. It was a good showcase." I don't really judge it based on that. I judge it based on, again, how strong of the value proposition I think they're offering in their showcase, and I think it was pretty strong here. I think that this was a state of play for the Sony fan, which is what, state of play is supposed to be about more than anything else. Everyone judges these showcases based on their own personal preferences, not if the games actually shown were presented well, or look compelling to players who like those types of games, right? They just judge based on, did they show the thing that I think that they should have shown? That I personally made up in my head that they should have shown. I liked Faye's character already in the second game and the significance of her death on Kratos and Atreus, but this feels unnecessary. I want to preface this by saying that I really like what we've seen of God of War 5.5 here, but I do agree that the death of Faye was really something that made for a compelling story in 2018 in Ragnarok. And so undoing that just feels... I mean, I know they're not undoing it, but I feel about the same about that as I do Zack and Aerith in like Rebirth and how they have been currently used, especially in the final chapters with Aerith, and how Zack has been used throughout all of re-trilogy so far, where I'm like, I feel like that character should I mean, this is God of War, so I don't think that like really applies here, but I do feel like it does maybe somewhat undermine that. I can actually agree with that, but I am pretty excited. J-Vark, hello, man. To be honest, Zack wasn't even used in Rebirth. In a 40-hour, 100-hour game, he has 1 hour at most. Okay, you're right. False equivalence on my part. Without a new Parappa the Rapper is not for real PlayStation fans. True. You're so right, bro. Yeah, like I said, it's not un-God of War to be like, Here's the afterlife. We're in the afterlife, and you can, come back or whatever the fuck. It's not un-God of War, but it does kind of impact, I feel like, the storytelling of and the emotional impact of that. J-Vog, thank you so much for the Prime sub. Appreciate it so much. I didn't know you've been subbed for like 3 months. Appreciate you, bro. My Phil Win fantasy stuff has fantasy tropes in them. Bro, they are in the land of the dead. It all comes down to execution to me. If the game justifies itself when it releases, I'm down. Too early to judge. I mean, like I said, I'm not like really passing down like hard judgment on it. So don't think of it like that. I already said just a second ago, I think it's the most God of War thing ever to like. So I think that like, so don't, but also, I don't know. I don't agree with like my face when fantasy stuff has fantasy tropes in them, because that on its surface, I feel like is like not really taking seriously what anyone said. Like, because you can use that to kind of like challenge anything in fiction. So I would definitely encourage you to maybe, when you want to like make an argument, not use that one in particular, but I think we both agree that it just comes down to execution, Eric. Which is what I'm mostly saying, because like I said, I'm excited for the game. I just don't want it to undo the emotional impact of like what's been done, especially in 2018. That's all I'm saying. New God of War strayed too much from what makes it God of War anyway. I'm gonna be honest, I kind of like 2018 and Ragnarok more than I like the older games, if I'm being honest. But it would be reductive to say this looked like Sony's version of Forspoken. I would like to remind you that Sony's version of Forspoken was Forspoken. Sony paid Square Enix money for that. They like invested in that, and that was their game. That was their game. Like, Sony's version of Forspoken is Forspoken. Where Mustang, thank you for the super. I hate modern God of War. I trudged through God of War 2018 to get the blades, and the game was such a slog. Oh man, Roy, you're attacking me. I love God of War 2018. I get why like older fans don't like it, but I think that God of War and Final Fantasy are like kind of like at opposite ends, right? Where God of War gets to tell people if they don't like it, then leave, because God of War 2018 and onward 4x the audience. So they went from selling 5 million per game to selling 20 million per game. And so God of War is in like the position to be like, yeah, if you don't like it, this is what it is. But Final Fantasy is like, yo, if you don't like it, please fucking like it, because we need you to like it. We need you to like it, because we're not, this shit is not 3xing or 4xing the sales. So I was kind of joking. I feel mixed on it personally. Combat looks cool. I don't understand what's happening right now, but it could be cool. Yeah, I'm positive on it. I want to be clear. I'm very positive on God of War 5.5. Okay, I like it. However, I just don't want it to undo the emotional impact of 2018, which will come down to how they execute it. But like I said, a character story continuing after death is the most God of War thing ever. I played all the God of War games when they came out, and I liked God of War 2018. I don't know why I didn't like Ragnarok as much as 2018. Might have been felt a bit too much the same thing as 2018. That's fair. That's a pretty common opinion. Sony had some big flops this gen, both Forspoken and Concord. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Forspoken originally even had, like, you know, Amy Hennig and people like Sony people pitching in on it. So it's not even like a purely Square Enix thing. It was their collaboration, so. Anyways, yeah, I'm pretty excited. Mom of War looks cool. Yeah, I think it looks cool. That's like my only cautiousness with it is that I don't want it to undo that. And I don't know if, like, narratively, if Faye comes back to life or something. I don't know. We'll see. It really just depends on where they're going and what they're trying to achieve with that. But I'm always like very skeptical with like character resurrections. Because it's really easy to make them bad, even in a story where character resurrections are a common thing. I feel like it can be like a really dicey thing to do. Right? So, we'll see. Overall, though, I would say that this is a 9 out of 10 state of play. Cory Barlog has been wanting to tell Faye/Laufey's story for a while now, so hopefully he has a good narrative in mind. Okay. Yeah. I thought that, like, because I knew that he wanted to tell Faye's story for a minute now. I just didn't know that. I thought it was going to be a prequel. You know what I'm saying? Like, I thought it was going to be, like, before she met Kratos or something. Yeah, actually, that was my first instinct, too. Yeah. Because I remember seeing the rumors, and I was thinking, oh, okay, so this is going to be like a prequel to 2018. And now that I'm finding out that this is actually a sequel to 2018, right? And then this is actually happening between 2018 and Ragnarok. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? That's crazy. So, another thing I noticed is that the villains had an Egyptian mythology vibe going on, which seems to confirm speculation that the story is going in that direction. Yeah, I was like pretty certain that it was going that direction when, based on some of the things I was seeing in the Valhalla DLC. So I already kind of felt like, yeah, Egypt makes the most sense. She's definitely meeting Athena 100%. 100%. Which is going to make for like really interesting stuff. The game description calls the setting the Everwind, and that's in the afterlife of the gods from across mythologies. Yeah. That shit is going to be really interesting. God of War has like such a great future ahead of it, right? This game, God of War 6, and then also the God of War remakes. So there's just so much good shit happening with God of War. What's the point of making God of War into a duology instead of a trilogy if they were going to make a third game anyways? Yeah. Okay, and that's also going to be a huge point of discourse, right? Because I do think a lot of people felt like Ragnarok was rushed, or at least that's a criticism I see of it fairly frequently. And I think a lot of people are going to be rubbed the wrong way and feel like it was rushed because they wanted to do this third side game instead of like kind of properly giving the Norse arc its time and attention. So I do think there's going to be a lot of comments on that. Ultimately, I expect a ton of fucking negative discourse. If I'm being real, I expect a ton of negative discourse on this game. I don't think it's gonna go over well on social, but I want to let you guys know that I personally am pretty excited for it, and I think it looks good. But it is gonna get torn to shreds by the suspects that you already imagine, and for that reason too. But, and that's not to say that there's no fair criticism of it, or there won't be, but I think you'll see. You know what I mean. The folks who cry woke will be out in full force. Oh, for sure. Like, there's no question about that. They'll be like God of woke. They'll be saying that like nonstop. So that's to be expected, for better or worse. Comment section was fucking abysmal when I saw it. It looks cool to me. Yeah, I thought the gameplay looked incredible. The chat say everything anyway, so they can mod if the game is good. That's okay. They have purposely misunderstood the story of the last two games for their gen. Yeah. The suspects haven't actually played the games in 20 years and aren't in this to talk about games. I know. Laffy looks great. Yeah. Yeah, I thought Laffy looked really good. Honestly, like from the rumors, I wasn't actually like excited for this until I saw it. Like I was very mid on like the idea of this because I was just like, just hearing kind of the premise, I was like, okay, cool. Sounds good for a side game, but I'm not really that excited for it. And then I saw it and then I was like, okay, this is crazy. Like they are basically putting what looks like a mainline God of War amount of effort into it. And yeah. Kemuri looks neat, but is it Monster Hunter? Is it like Night Rain? I actually don't know. Doesn't Kemuri mean smoke in Japanese? Now I think about it. Why did my keyboard disconnect? Doesn't it? Yeah, I mean smoke. Yeah, no, I mean smoke for sure. Smoke or fumes. I don't know if that if that's the Kemuri that they're like referencing, like that word specifically, or if it means something else. Well, I mean, obviously they named the city Kemuri, so the name of the city has to be like smoke or fumes. I don't know. Looks like a Suicide Squad clone, a little too late. Yeah. If I'm real about Kemuri, I feel like I feel like it EOS. If I'm honest. And I'm not saying that the game looks bad or anything. It's just because I don't think it looks bad by any means. But I just look at it and I think I just struggle to see it landing with a big enough audience to really take off in a substantial way. Is it a service game? I thought it was just co-op. Oh, okay. My impression was that it was a service game. Oh, you're right. It's not a service game. It's single player or co-op. My bad. Okay, then I think it'll do fine. The way it presented to me, I read it as like a service game. Okay. It's not a service game. It just has co-op. But I guess the co-op made me think that that was like service coded, so... She literally said during the presentation, where there's smoke, there's yokai. Showing you finding yokai by finding smoke and using that fox window power. Oh, okay, yeah, you're right. Okay, then yeah, that's why the city name is Camity. Because it's smoke. Off topic, but what's your opinion on how long Dissidia Duellum will last? As a mostly free-to-play player, I've been enjoying it quite a lot since launch. It will last for a year. That's my take. So, probably around this time next year, we'll get the EOS. The reason I say that is because I imagine that they secured enough funding to run the game for a year. Usually, this is kind of the way these things work, to my understanding. So I would say that they have like a year to run the game, even if at a loss. And if after that it's not making a profit, then it'll get the EOS. But it's not like they drop it and it's dead on arrival and they'll just immediately EOS it. No. I think that they're going to give it at least a year runway and then they'll EOS it. I say as someone who likes the game, by the way. I just don't see it Duellum surviving long term. It launched in a really not bad state, but in a very disliked state. Like everyone was fucking hating on it from the moment it started, and I feel like that affected initial downloads. And it's really important for a gacha in its launch window to do heckin' numbers, because if you don't, then you're playing catch up after that, and it's really hard to get people into a game like this late, you know? And the character pick that was gonna add the most amount of people is always gonna be, in these cases, the latest mainline Final Fantasy character, right? So Noctis was the big deal in Dissidia NT, and Clive was the big deal in Duellum. And I don't think that Clive probably added like a massive number of people to the that weren't playing before that did play because Clive came. I don't know if there's any pick from Final Fantasy they could do to like really bring in people. I think that like if they were smart, if they really wanted to bring in people, I would bring in Sora. I would bring Sora to Dissidia Duellum. Because I think that would actually get downloads going. I would do Sora, and I would also bring somebody from Dragon Quest. They could pick Yuzora or Sora. Yeah, I would bring someone. I would bring in Dragon Quest specifically for Japanese downloads, and Kingdom Hearts for global. I mean, not exclusively, but I'm just saying, like, region-wise, that's where it would mostly pull from. I would bring in someone from Dragon Quest, and I'd bring in Sora. KH4 Sora before the actual game would be cool promo. Yeah. That would do downloads. 2B, please. I would love 2B to come, but I think 2B is like a meme pick at this point. But I agree that 2B should come. I just feel like there's also a chance of that not going well and people being like, lol, another near collab, lol, 2B again, what the fuck. So there's always that chance. But yeah, I personally love 2B and I'd love to see 2B in there. 2B has been in a lot of stuff. She has been in it is legitimately harder for me to name games that 2B has not been in at this point than but yeah. Pick a meal as Nier rep? They would never. They would never pick a meal. Hell, bro, they won't even pick Nier. The game's named after him. They won't even pick him. They're not going to do Kaine. They're not going to do A2. Debatably the real main character. Or 9S. Also debatably the real main character. Bring Stella. Yeah. Put Chrono in there and see what happens. Yeah. It's funny because I think that they're putting like a bunch of like, God, this is going to be like a controversial take. But I feel like instead of putting like a bunch of like of the more like obscure characters in there, I feel like, or not obscure, but like, I'm going to offend somebody. I feel like instead of putting like, say Onion Knight, they could have put like some other Square Enix character in there, and that probably would have done more numbers than like FF3 representation. I know, kill me, but I feel like that probably would have done more numbers. Tifa will come to the game. VV will come to the game. I don't think you guys have to worry about characters like that. And Tifa will come to the game like later on when they feel like they most need it. You offended all 2 Onion Knight fans. Yeah. Because I feel like that they'll put like a ton of Final Fantasy representation in there, and of course they will. It's the Cydia. But I think if we're talking about keeping the game alive and pulling in like people long term, I do feel like they need to do some insane picks that go outside of Final Fantasy, but are adjacent enough to Final Fantasy to make people play the game. Right? Does that make sense? Because I actually do think that, like, I do think that putting Sora in there would draw more downloads than any Final Fantasy character they could put in there. And it's not even to say that people love Sora more than any Final Fantasy character. Maybe some of y'all do. But it's just to say that it's such a wild, crazy pick and makes it feel like anything could happen with the game that people would probably gravitate to that. So I actually do think that Sora would be a good pick for this Cydia duellum. I actually don't even think Persona 5 collab is also a meme, but I actually don't think bringing Joker to the game would be a bad idea. Granted, there's a meme about how like once the P5 collab hits, the game is shutting down, and so I feel like but I do think that, like, unironically, since the game already runs the risk of being shut down anyways, I do actually think that Joker in Dissidia Duellum would be a pretty fire pick. I think that they need to get really crazy with fucking character picks. Like, I don't think that just like the normal stuff, like I'm gonna keep picking on FF3 just because it's easy. I don't think that like we're bringing Cloud of Darkness. Well, no, I won't pick on Cloud of Darkness because Cloud of Darkness is a baddie. But but like I just don't think like the standard like Dissidia slot picks will will like help them get downloads. I think they need to do something fucking crazy. Like actually, unironically, Sora and Yozora are coming to fucking Duellum. Like, I'm so serious. Put Kiryu in there? You joke? But like actually though, like for real, I'm like so serious. Like put Kiryu in there. Capitalize on E33 and put Mael and Verso. No. That's actually like real shit. Mael comes to Duellum is hype, bro. Like, I'm so serious. You're so right. That's like, that would actually go crazy. Mael comes to Duellum with like, that would go so crazy. Yeah, I actually think they should do that. Obviously, they have to have crossover characters as a gacha. They have to do crossovers. So, I think they think that Dissidia is already a crossover with other Final Fantasy stuff, so you can't put in other things. But I think that that's fucking untrue. Put the 13-2 villain in. Caius is actually my second pick for like who should go in like Dissidia next for 13 representation. They could even work in lore with Mael. Dude, it would be so crazy. The only thing is Mael doesn't have a Japanese voice actress. So they would have to actually cast an actress for Mael because she only has English and French. I think it would actually be funnier though if Mael showed up and she only spoke French. I think that'd be great. Dissidia should be the Smash for JRPGs. I mean, kind of. At the very least, I think Duellum should be the Smash for JRPGs. Because it just makes the most sense to me. Okay. I think this is a good place to go ahead and end the stream. But as you guys know, we are going to be back Friday with Summer Games Fest. I hope you guys... Rinko would be your pick. Shut the fuck up, Stefan. Hinako comes to Dissidia Duellum. Better yet, they should dub the game in English. Yeah, that ain't gonna happen. I mean, that would only happen if the game was like doing numbers, and right now the game is doing maybe a single digit number. But yeah, do you think we'll see FF or KH4 at Summer Games Fest? You'll see Final Fantasy VII Returns, Reclaim. I think the most powerful thing they could do with FF7's third part, though, is to call it the end of Final Fantasy VII. Just fully lean into the Evangelion inspiration and just be like, end of FF7. Piteos will probably be Monday because of time. So we'll finish it next Monday. Okay, we'll rate Blitz. Love you guys, and I'll see you all Friday. Later, people.